This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance or training purposes.
This call may be recorded.
Hi! I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm excited to listen to some calls. So I do want to extend an invite to anyone watching in to let me know if you guys have any topics you want to cover today. If this is your first time watching, what we do is we listen to calls, we coach them up, we talk about it. What we're trying to do is really create a standard for what amazing customer service looks like. Right? Like going above and beyond. What is the wow experience really like? So that's what we're doing. And if you have any questions about what that means for you, let me know and we can talk about it. It's really fun. So I've got a couple of calls I want to listen to, and feel free to jump in and let me know what your thoughts are as we listen to the calls together. It's going to be a good time. So I've got my first one up. You guys let me know if for any reason you can't hear the call. Hopefully it plays through.
It's another great day. This is Katie. How can I help you?
Okay. I've got our first call. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Well, let's do it. Let's listen and then we'll talk about it as we go. I already like her greeting, but I'm going to start over.
It's another great day. This is Katie. How can I help you?
Yeah, hey, this is Mr. Hand. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing today, sir?
Well, it's not a great day for us.
Oh, no. What's wrong?
You cleaned a jute rug for us a while back, 4 or 5 months ago, and our dog has soiled it again.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, it's not a good day, but it is what it is when you have older dogs. She's older. We wanted to see, this time all we're doing is just blotting up as best we can what's on it, and not doing anything, not putting anything on it, maybe a little bit of water. Could your guys come by and pick it up if we roll it and, have it out in the driveway? Could they maybe come by today and get it?
Yeah, let's see here, sir. Bear with me for just a moment.
Sure.
Okay, let's pause right there. Let me know what thoughts you guys have right out the gate. I'll definitely say my very first impression, the very first thought I had when she started talking was that she sounded super positive, super likable, very nice, very sweet, upbeat, energetic. I really like her energy. And not only that, but she had a great greeting that sounded sincere. I also love her meeting and matching the customer where he was at. If you guys picked up on it, the customer says, "Hi, how are you?" And she's really quick to say, "I'm good. How are you?" Right? Like a perfectly normal, reasonable interaction. And it's also very friendly. And she's meeting him where he's at with his desire for rapport. And then immediately after, he says, "Well, it's actually not a good day." And she matches that as well. And it's, "Oh, no. What's going on?" So she meets him, but then also says, "Tell me more." To which she then patiently lets him talk through it. He's explaining the problem. I really love that. Our goal always in the first 30 seconds is to do everything we can to build relationships and meet the customer, kind of put them as the focal point, them and their problem. And I think she does a great job at that. Now, once he's done explaining it, this is a huge moment because the way we react to their problem, and this is just how we are as humans, right? When I react to someone or when someone explains something to me, I want to hear a reaction to the problem. Right? Like, tell me you heard me by reacting in some sort of way. And her reaction was, I'm going to call it underwhelming for lack of a better word. I think that it was good. I think that she still has that tone that she's maintaining, but there was also she immediately went into a pause. Let me rewind it to hear exactly what she said.
Yeah, let's see here, sir. Bear with me for just a moment.
Okay, yeah, let's see here, sir. Bear with me for just a moment. So not a whole lot of reassurance, even though at this point she probably knows whether or not she can help. What she's probably determining is if today is the day that she can help because he specifically requested that. So how I would amp this up and make it better would be to add some reassurance. So to say something like, "Oh, I'll tell you this. That is definitely not something you want to be dealing with for a long time. We can absolutely help you. We love our pups. but it's also important that, it's a very active thing that we've got to do is keep up with this. Let's look at the schedule. We can absolutely get someone out there to get this for you, get this done, or get this taken care of for you, right? Some sort of reassurance along those lines. So that's what I would have liked to hear. Some sort of care, some sort of reassurance, even maybe rephrasing or asking additional questions if needed. I would definitely rephrase if you don't have any other questions to ask, just to at least, help them see that your level of engagement, right? Something like that. Comment on the pups for sure. But we go right into a sort of wishy-washy statement and then give me 1 second, which is like a hold almost. So I wouldn't say that to me screams, I listened and I'm engaged. She's probably doing something productive and helpful. Absolutely. We love that part of it, but explain it a little bit. Tell us so that we can fully embrace the helpfulness and the productivity that you're doing on your end. Because there's only so much that we know from a customer's perspective. Okay, let's keep listening.
Sure.
Yes, sir. I can gladly schedule for the guys to come today within our, I'd say, 2 to 4 window, if that may work with your
that's
schedule.
Fine. Yeah, and we won't be here, but what I'll do is I'll have it rolled up out on the driveway.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that way we don't have to be here and we don't have to try and connect schedules. They can come by anytime they want. And we're going to make sure and not put anything on it besides maybe, a little bit of water to kind of dab the large parts. And then we'll just let you guys deal with it.
Okay, perfect. So I've got it documented here that we'll be coming to pick up the rugs this afternoon, and that it's going to be in your driveway. Is there a specific area, or will the gentleman be able to see where it's at?
Oh, trust me, when they roll it out, they'll be able to see.
Okay, yes, sir.
Oh.
And you said we've already cleaned this rug, so I believe I have the size of it. But do you know approximately how big it may be? I see here.
10 by 7, something like that.
I pulled it up here, so I've got that information too. So perfect. I think I have everything that I need, and I'll go ahead and get that booking confirmation sent over here momentarily for you, sir.
Okay, that'll be fine. We'll have it rolled up and it'll be out on the driveway.
Perfect. Wonderful. We'll gladly get this taken care of for you, and I hope your day does get a little better.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye.
My pleasure, sir. Bye-bye.
Okay. So I really like this call. I think that there's a lot of good here. I really enjoyed the reassurance she showed at the end of the call. There was also more listening tools that were, a lot of restating happening. I really like that part. So overall, I think this is a good call. Maybe some areas of opportunity, just to sum it up. I would add a little more value potentially. Now, in the moment at the end of the call where she was talking about the job that we would be completing, that would be a good time to also talk about how we do this all the time. You're in good hands. Thank you for joining the family, things like that, to elevate it a little bit more. I really like this call. Overall, I think this is really good. All right, let's do another one.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. This is Blake. How can I help you?
Hi, Blake. My name is Rebecca, and I've had a lot of work done by you guys. And I have a question for the gentleman. I don't remember his name. I remember the electrician's name because we did spend a lot of time together that day. Yeah. But the plumber guy that came and put in my electric water heater, I have a question for him. I don't know how to go about whether you can forward a message or question to him, or if you could have him call me.
His name is Eric.
Eric.
I will, if you want to give me a rough
question.
Description of your question,
Yeah.
I can have him give you a call here. Probably
Sure.
He's working on a job, but it probably won't be until closer to this afternoon, if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries. My question is, I don't know exactly how to word it. I'll blot it all out to you, and then you figure it out how to say it to him.
Okay, it's hard not to like her. Am I wrong? Like, she is so adorable. I love her energy. She's so sweet. A little scatterbrained. It's so cute. So I really like, and I think that the CSR is even warming up to her. The CSR, I would say there's not an overly welcoming energy coming from this call just right out the gate. There's also nothing I would call overwhelmingly negative either. It's sort of right there in the middle. And if you've watched the show before, you know that right there in the middle is dangerous because you become easily misinterpreted, right? The caller comes in and they might be having a bad day, and them having a bad day can mean that your only okay tone is now interpreted as negative, and maybe you don't even like your job, and maybe you're not even wanting to be there and helping today. So that's a risk from that middle, that gray area. Some of you risk. So we want to be above the gray area where we're a lot harder to misinterpret. You know, when people talk about their phone voice, I love the phone voice. Okay. Just phone voice all day because they know at least you're trying. At least you're trying. So I really like it. I think that you can hear the CSR starting to react, and she's laughing along with the customer a little bit. The customer's so sweet, and she's bringing the positivity, which we love. One thing I wanted to highlight, because I think a lot of us do this, is we feel the need to almost over-explain a bit, and it's with good intention. It's with good intention. And I do think every customer, I mean, we just talked about communicating so there's no misinterpretation. I do think it's important to explain the situation so that there are proper expectations. But as you explain situations to customers, it's important that you explain it in a way that reflects on the positive and doesn't let the negative pull you down too much. So for instance, in this example, she tells the customer that she give me a rough idea of what's going on, and then I can talk to the technician and we can make sure he gets back to you and you guys have a discussion about it. Like that would be all she needed to say. But once she explains she's going to get it to the technician, she goes forward and continues explaining and says, but he's working right now, so it probably won't be until later this afternoon. Right? So that part is where we kind of highlight the negative unnecessarily. You know, if we want to tell her it's going to be later this afternoon, we could say something like, yeah, great. He's on a job right now. He'll give you a call later this afternoon. If earlier, I can definitely have him try his best to call you as soon as possible. But we absolutely want to have this conversation. I'm so glad you called. Right? Stronger reassurance, words that encourage the positive and not linger on the negative. All right, let's see how it keeps going. I imagine it'll be a positive call. We've got almost 3 minutes left. Let's see.
With the electric water heater, I thought, and the way I understand many other people's situation with electric water heater, is it heats up the water instead of the oil furnace heating it up. And that was like an all year kind of a thing. Well, whenever I had the gentleman last week come in and he was just working on the furnace and everything like that, he said, no, he said, in order for you have to turn it off so that the water, the oil thing will heat up the water. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me because I thought that the electric water heater would do it all. So that's my question is, did he, maybe get that a little bit wrong? Because I wanted it all the time to be heating up the water. So.
Right. Okay. Yes. That makes sense.
However,
you have a boiler that also had your domestic hot water, and then we rerouted that domestic hot water to supply an electric water heater.
Right. And there is a switch. Wait, excuse me. And there is a switch up, like almost like a light switch. And he said, no, you're going to need to turn that off if you want your water to be hot during the colder weather. And I was like, I thought about it and I go, okay. And then afterwards, I'm like, wait, this isn't making sense.
In my mind, I'm just the scheduler, but I just want to make sure I understand. Okay. So your boiler, you have radiators in your house, right?
No. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Don't say I'm just a scheduler. That's all I'll say about it. Don't say that. You don't have to devalue yourself. It's okay.
So that water will get heated up and from your boiler to your heating system. And then your electric water heater will supply like your bathroom, shower, sink.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That's what you're saying. But Eric said that, well, both your technicians' names are Eric, so that's kind of confusing.
That's okay. This might be a little confusing. Well, the gentleman that came out to get a little older, and he's not old, but a little older and heavy set, and that's so. Anyway, if you could relay that question. And even if he just wants to tell you the answer, that's fine with me also. I don't really care, but I just feel as if that I should be able to turn that off, and it should just be heating up the water all the time, everywhere.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you,
I will have
Blake.
somebody reach out to you, whether it's Eric, the technician, or even our service manager. One of them will
Okay.
call to go over your.
No
Okay.
worries. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
No problem. Of course. Have a
Bye.
Okay, so that last thing she said was a great example of a solution positive focused response. She said, "I'll have Eric call you, or even my service manager," right? Opposed to maybe, "Yeah, I'll have my owner call you, or I'll have Aaron call you." Excuse me. It might have to be my service manager if he's not available. You know, she did not say that, which, you know, the other responses indicate that maybe she might. But I really love that. So that's the exact idea: is be matter of fact, talk about it like it's good news, whatever the response is, and that's how you'll focus on solutions. What I absolutely loved about this call, I loved that this was not a rushed call. The CSR was very patient. She was very, very patient. She let the customer talk, get all of her questions out, and the entire time, at no point did she feel rushed. It was just, oh, okay, yeah, she asked questions. She rephrased some of the past visit and ensured she fully understood what this customer really needed from her before she let her go to go call whoever was going to respond and call back, and, you know, the technician. So I really, really love that part. And I think that's something that is core to any good customer service. Is essentially what it communicates to me is service mindedness, right? That's how she approached that call, is with the desire to serve. And that was her only goal. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to help you. And that's how we find this. That's how we find success on this conversation. I loved it. I really like it a lot. We had a couple opportunities as far as reassurance goes, positive wording. The rest of it was really strong. All right, call number 3. Let's see what we have.
Thank you for calling. This is Brittany. What doors can we open for you today?
Yes, Brittany, I just was talking with another guy. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Britt.
What just happened?
Me?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, fine. A little frustrated because I talked with the guy that the first time I called, there was a guy that was helping me set up an appointment, and then I hit a bad spot in the road, so I pulled over and stopped. So I need to set an appointment for a service call on my garage door.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a certain day this coming week that would work well with the schedule?
Well,
Okay, so I would do more to acknowledge the frustration part, right? If someone starts saying, "I'm really frustrated," you know, there's got to be an emotional solution tied to that more tangible solution. So let's see.
he was starting to tell me that you know, he didn't have anything till Tuesday, and I was out to Thursday. So Thursday of next week, this coming week, we'll work in the afternoon,
Okay.
but not till probably 2 o'clock. I can't get, and I've got a packed schedule this week, and I got a garage door that's down that's not functioning. So I really need to, if you know, I can tough it out till Thursday, but
Okay. All right. So how about Thursday between 2 and 4?
okay, that's good.
Okay. All right. Can I get some
Okay.
information from you?
Yeah.
Or did he already get it?
He got it, but better take it again.
right, let me
He was
see.
having a little bit of hard time finding.
Okay.
Okay.
Last week?
I don't think he even got that far to get my name.
Okay. All right. And,
He got the address, but first name is Steve.
what's the address we're coming to? Is this the best number to reach you on?
Yeah, it's really hard to hear her now. Really hard. So I wonder, sounds like she put him on speakerphone or something. Overall, right now, my biggest concern is just the lack of empathy, I would say. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. But a lack of empathy, you know, not a whole lot of acknowledgement of the frustration caused by someone on our team, things like that. And even, and another suggestion, just for anyone wanting to know, instead of asking, "Can I get some more information from you?" I would just start asking for more information. Because I also think, especially with someone that's frustrated, they, this is vital information to book the appointment. So instead of saying, can I get more information? I would just say, okay, great. There's just a couple more things I need. What is your address? What address are we coming out to? Can I get your first and last name? Things like that. It's only 22 more seconds. So I imagine it's just logistics and she hangs up. Let's hear.
Yes.
And can I get an email address to put on file so we can send you a receipt after the work's completed?
At gmail.com.
Okay, I got you all set for next Thursday between 2 and 4. I'll send you a confirmation in just a moment, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Has anyone quoted any price in any of these calls that we've listened to? Is that weird? I'm just noticing that. I haven't heard one number quoted. And maybe it's because maybe they're like maintenance members. Like the first one, it sounded like perhaps because we'd been out there before, they were on some sort of ongoing maintenance. Although I know companies that do those kind of carpet cleanings, turf cleanings, some of them do offer that. He said carpet specifically. So I'm so curious about that because I haven't heard much build value on any of the calls that we've heard today. The last one, I can see how that may be a bit of an exception. Although the value could have been something along the lines of, not the last one, the second one that we listened to, because she was just going to get him in contact with the technician or the service manager. I would say the value I would build would be on the service manager or on just the service that we're going to offer. So something like, okay, great. I'm definitely going to have Eric, whatever his name was. I'm definitely going to have that technician give you a call back because we need to answer these questions. If it's not him, it's going to be the service manager. Either way, our whole team is really dedicated to making sure that you get the answers you're looking for, so you know exactly what to look for in your electric water heater. I mean, we definitely want to answer your questions. That's what we're here for. So we're really looking forward to that. I'll have them call you back as soon as possible. Thank you for your time today. Is there anything else you need from me? Right? If there's no price associated to it, I would still want to hear some sort of value. Because even then, it's like you're getting this value for no cost. And specifying that, right, can help them compare or kind of connect the dots a little bit. In this call, I didn't hear a quote. And in the first call, I didn't hear a quote. I also didn't hear any value. I'd love to hear more value. I think that's what I'm trying to say. In this call as well, I would just like to hear more care. We touched on that. Anyways, a little more with this one. Oh, I did really like the ask principle for this call. That was something that was good. Maybe a little too early just because there wasn't a whole lot of connection built early on. But when she needed to schedule, that was her question. It was, when did you want somebody out? What works for you? And she's able to meet that expectation with Thursday and exceed that expectation. Win. Major win. All right, guys, we got one more call. Look at this time flying by. One more call. That's all. Get it? No? Okay.
This is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, this is Sergio Torres.
All right, we can't move past that. You guys heard that, right? I heard that. You heard that. Tell me how you would compare this greeting to the other greetings that we've heard today. Because what are your assumptions about in this greeting? What would you assume about this CSR?
This is Nicole.
I'll tell you my true assumption is that this person is really, really tired. That's my very first thought when I hear this is, oh man, she's had a long day. She's tired. She's ready to be done. She's ready to be done. And as you can assume, that's not setting the conversation up for success. But let's see how it goes. Maybe it's just monotonous of the greeting, the monotony of the greeting, and that's all that was getting to her. Let's see.
Nicole, this is Sergio Torres calling back again.
Okay, how can I help you?
Okay.
Yeah, I called you guys this morning. The supervisor was supposed to call me back about the repair for my refrigerator.
Right.
We were waiting for a part to come in. That was the last text I got from you guys on Wednesday, and you said the part wasn't going to be coming in now till Friday, late Friday, and that the repair wouldn't be done till Monday. Did the part ever come in? What I want to know.
Well, actually, what seems to be going on is that you need to contact Samsung. We had
Well, no. I need to contact you guys. I got a text from you guys that you ordered the part. Did you order a part?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, sir.
Okay. Let's pause for just a second. Feel free to send in your thoughts. This is very similar to my first assumption. It's feeling like I was right, is all I'm trying to say. It's feeling like I was right. So, yeah, the energy hasn't changed at all. And, well, it's changed, but not for the better. We hear there a little, okay. At the very beginning, he says, hey, like if I told you, hey, it's Tatiana, I called you earlier, and you responded with, okay. Right then and there, I am thrown off as a customer, if that's how you respond. Okay, and even if it's because I was mad, and then he goes on to talk about his concern, and she knows about the concern because she says, right. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here that would deter a customer and really make them feel standoffish immediately. I mean, we're not even a minute into this conversation, and there's been a lot of negativity, and I wouldn't even have called his tone or his approach negative from the first part of this conversation. And now it's escalating quite a bit because he asked a specific question. Did you order the part? Or did the part arrive? And she says, what's happening is you need to call Samsung. So how I would have this conversation, I mean, on top, what's missing so far is likability. There's not a whole lot of trust being built here. And we're doing that by not acknowledging the problem, not even acknowledging the customer, and doing it in a friendly way, right? So something like, oh my gosh, hi, thank you for calling us back. I wish I could have called you back first, but I'm glad you reached out to us because we definitely want to answer your questions, right? Or something like that, or even an apology of, oh my gosh, I absolutely wanted to call you back. I'm so sorry that you had to call us first. I would love to jump into this with you so that you can feel like all your questions are answered, right? Something along those lines, some reassurance, some care, a little bit of listen as well. Now, when she does talk to him about Samsung, I mean, I'm sure we're going to hear more about it, but diving right into, well, you need to call Samsung. I imagine what a customer would want to hear more of is, okay, here's what I've done on our end. And this is the hurdles that we're trying to hop. And this is where I need your help. You know, some explanation so that he doesn't feel like we're just sitting there doing nothing, especially because he's been expecting a call from a manager all day. All right. So we're not even a minute in. Let's see how this goes. This will be a great way to wrap up today, I have a feeling.
We don't have a trained technician to do your seal system repair.
Ooh. Okay, that's not very reassuring at all. Let's go back.
Apart.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, sir. We don't have a trained technician to do your seal system repair. So what we need to do is you need to
you mean that Miguel couldn't do it?
He's not a seal system technician. So you need to contact Samsung so they can reassign you or see what their next step would be.
Reassign you. So it sounds like it's a warranty thing. Would you guys agree with that? Is that what that means? Let's keep listening. I love how she's causing separation. Sorry, before I play it, just had this thought. I love how she's speaking very divisively, and she did it very intentionally because at first she says, well, what you need to do, or she corrects herself and puts it back on the customer, saying we've done everything we can do.
Well, why wasn't that told to me back then? Why did you guys order all this crap if you knew he couldn't install it?
I'm not sure why that wasn't told to you.
He took it apart.
I understand. I'm not sure why it wasn't explained to you. I do apologize about that, but you need to give a call back to Samsung.
Nicole, I'm tired of apologies. I paid you guys $550 to repair this unit.
Okay.
You never once told me that it was not repairable. You guys told me it was repairable. I paid a $550. It was a 90-day guarantee on that. You get a manager on the line right now with somebody. I want to talk to
I
right
don't
now.
have a manager available right now.
I
I'll
don't
let her know
want
to
that
give you a
bullshit.
call back.
I don't
Sir,
want to
I
hear it.
already said that I
called this
don't have a
morning.
manager
Hey,
available.
I called this morning and the manager
I
was
see you
supposed to
did.
call me. It's been over 2 hours. I haven't heard from the manager.
I understand that, and I'll let
No,
them know
you
to give
don't
you a call back
understand.
as soon as possible.
All right, let's go to the archives of a call that I revisit because whoa, am I the only one? What is happening? I would be pissed too. I would be upset, and I'm so confused as to what I'm missing here. If he paid for the repair, and now they're saying that we can't repair it. We ordered your part, but we can't repair it. How confusing.
Stay on the line right now until you do.
I can't keep you on the line, sir. I'll let them know to give you a call back.
Yeah, but that was told to me this morning.
I understand that, and our
No, I
manager
don't
has been
understand.
busy
No.
in and out of meetings, so she will give you a call
I
back when she
don't want
is
to hear this
available.
about in and out of meetings. I
Okay,
want
sir.
to
Have
talk
a
to me
good day.
right
Thank you.
now.
Have a
Hey,
good
man.
day, sir. Thank you.
Nicole, you.
Okay, if you're going to speak that way, I'll let my
you
manager
are
know
because
that as well.
you're
Have
ready
a
to
good
hang
day.
up on
Thank
me.
you.
You're ready.
All right, guys, have a good weekend. Just kidding. Whoa. That was wild. That was a wild ride that we just went on. So here's my biggest concern with this call. I absolutely feel this was avoidable. Absolutely, this was avoidable. And the biggest problem is that we picked up on the potential negativity from the moment she said hello. From the very second. So thank you, Melissa. Not even a little bit. No care at all for the issue at all. And the word that we heard throughout the whole call, I could think of at least 4 times where she said, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. Right? In an attempt to show care, but the communication tool was completely useless. Right? In fact, it was hurting her by saying she understood. And I'm sorry. Those are the only 2 care phrases that she used was I understand and I'm sorry. And I don't know how familiar you guys are with what we teach, but those are 2 no-nos. I understand and I'm sorry. And the reason it's a no-no, and maybe this is our theme today, is that they are so easily misinterpreted. I mean, what do you mean by you understand? And there's so much being communicated even in the tone here. Right? I understand. No one thinks you understand when you say it that way. This is a really important call to hear because the way you say hello is going to dictate the rest of the call. And that was really clear that from the very beginning, this was going to be a negative call. You could hear that right away. So take those out. The I don't knows, or not the I don't knows, the I understands and the I'm sorries, and actually try to see it from the customer's perspective. Because from the outside looking in, it seems very clear why this customer would be frustrated. Very, very clear. And so showing some sort of empathy or acknowledgement or even just a description of how we're helping could have helped de-escalate this. Some, like Melissa said, some care. This is just an interesting one. So I'll leave it at that, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back next week, every Friday at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I hope to see you then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.